She thought the open window was just a broken frame until she saw the girl standing outside at 2:13 a.m. 17-year-old Maya Ellison had never believed in ghosts. She didn't believe in curses, spirits, or those strange warnings you hear whispered by old neighbors. So when her parents bought the abandoned Carter house on Hill Ridge Street, a place the locals avoided, Maya just rolled her eyes. People love to exaggerate, she told her best friend, trying to sound brave. But deep down, from the very first moment she stepped inside, she felt a cold knot of dread in her stomach. Something was wrong with this house. It smelled like old damp wood and cold rain, even on a sunny day. Every floorboard creaked under her feet, as if the house itself was complaining after decades of silence. But the strangest thing wasn't the sounds, it was the window in her new bedroom. It was a tall, narrow window, and it was stuck wide open. Her dad, who could fix anything, tried to close it. He grunted, pushing with all his might. "It's jammed," he finally said, wiping sweat from his forehead. Her mum tried to, wiggling the frame. "Maybe it's warped from all the bad weather." But no matter how hard they pushed, shoved, or pried, the window refused to shut. The frame looked perfectly normal. The glass was clean, yet it felt wrong, almost like it was being held open by an invisible hand. That night, Maya lay in bed, listening to the wind whistle through the open gap. She pulled her blanket up to her chin, but the cold seemed to seep right through it. It was a bone-chilling cold, like winter had crawled right into her room and curled up at the foot of her bed. Then, at exactly 2:13 a.m., she woke up with a jolt. The room was silent. Too silent. The whistling wind was gone. She sat up, her heart pounding. The window was closed. She hadn't heard anyone come in. No footsteps on the creaky floors, no click of the door, nothing. She slowly crept out of bed and tiptoed to the window. The glass was icy cold against her fingertips. Her breath fogged up the pane as she whispered to herself, "Dad must have fixed it." But then her blood ran cold. She noticed something on the inside of the glass. Fingerprints. Long, thin fingerprints, as if someone had shut the window from the outside. The next morning, she asked her parents, her voice trembling slightly. They both shook their heads, looking confused. They hadn't touched it. Maya tried to push it out of her mind. It was an old house, she told herself. Old houses do weird things. That night, she tried to establish a routine to make the room feel like hers. She was brushing her long hair in front of the mirror when she saw something from the corner of her eye. In the dark reflection of the window, standing behind her, near the closet. A girl, long, dark hair, pale, almost translucent skin, and dark, empty eyes staring directly at Maya. Maya spun around so fast she almost fell over, but no one was there. The room was empty. When she dared to look back at the window, the reflection showed only her alone. She ran downstairs, breathless and panicked. "Mum, someone is in my room." Her mother searched every corner with her, but of course, they found nothing. That night, Maya locked her bedroom door, convinced she was just letting her imagination run wild. But at exactly 2:13 a.m., a loud crack shattered the silence, making her scream. The window had swung open again, so violently that the wind rushed in like an attacker, plastering her hair against her face. Her heart was a drum against her ribs. She forced herself to step toward the window and froze. A girl was standing on the roof just outside, bare feet, a thin white nightgown flapping in the wind. Her head was tilted at an unnatural, broken angle, and she was smiling a terrible, wide smile. Maya screamed, stumbling backward, tripping over her own feet. The girl took a jerking step toward the open window, her movements like a broken puppet on strings. A whisper, carried on the wind, reached Maya's ears. "Let me in." Scrambling for her phone, Maya fumbled with the flashlight. The bright beam cut through the darkness and hit the girl's face, and, just like that, she vanished. The next morning, sunlight revealed scratches on the outside of the window frame. Deep, desperate scratches, as if someone had been clawing to get in. Terrified, Maya started digging. She searched online for the history of the house and found an old news article. The headline read, "Teen girl found dead after falling from Carter house balcony. Police call it suicide." The grainy picture in the article showed the exact same girl Maya had seen on the roof. That night, Maya refused to sleep. She sat in the living room with every single light on, her body rigid with fear. But at 2:13 a.m., she heard it. From upstairs, her bedroom window slammed shut with a deafening bang. Then, slowly, painfully slowly, a long, drawn-out criakick as it began to open again, and a soft, chilling voice drifted down the staircase. "Maya, let me in." Her parents found her the next morning unconscious, lying in a heap at the bottom of the staircase. Her bedroom window was wide open, the curtains dancing in the breeze, and on the cold glass, smeared in thin, ghostly fingerprints, were 3 terrifying words: "You saw me."